smell your breath through the phone. I bet you don't even use a tongue scraper. I bet you're disgusting in the real world.
Projection.
Wrong, I use a tongue scraper. I use a tongue scraper, you stinky piece of shit.
Then add back, click on Vader and click on add back.
I wonder why he gets loud and such screaming.
I can smell your breath. You probably smell like shit. Ah!
Projection in the court.
No, my breath smells good. I use a water pick now. Do you use a water pick?
The game continues.
The game must always continue. Boom! Someone boomed the room. It was me. It was me. Oopsie!
You make it through the trials, make it through the pain.
And this guy,
Assalamu alaikum!
oh my dear, this is just
Walaikum assalam. Come on, Hurricane. Dr. LGBTQ Rainbow, everybody's angry with you. Why is it?
Irrational. At first, she fought with almost everybody around her except her children. But then she started to have conflicts.
writing worthwhile and valuable. So just want to add that if I could to the conversation. And thanks for hearing me out.
That's great. No, I appreciate your comments. Yeah, I think for all those reasons, we.
You back in the game?
Okay, now I am, yeah. Oh, it did?
It
In my soul. So when people try to offend me, it's because they're trying to attack the light, because my light.
I think a justification would be like a reason for thinking X, Y, and Z. So
what is the reason? What is
from his creation? You can't try to say God misses or is in this realm that he's kind of missing from what he created. Because if that's what you believe,
Assalamu alaikum!
Alright, come the fuck off the stage, man. Alright, move down to the audience, man. Respect yourself first. Anyway, so what I was saying was, right, you can't do the most. You can't be like, God is this, he's there.
The name of this room is, the house is called Lion's Den. The name of the room is Hadith, sufficient as guidance, hashtag truth. This is Platinum speaking.
As well. My little fluffy furry. One of my favorites, man. It could have been cool.
Assalamu alaikum!
the way Skywalker was supposed to battle Bill, right? And they got mad and quit. That's crazy.
He rage quit?
What's up with this? What type of shit is this? I ain't seen your niggas make up new characters every day. What's this, Froggy Man?
My name is Dr. Pepper.
Nah, you Froggy Man. That ain't no Dr. Pepper. That ain't got nothing to do with no
That's not at all, bro.
My mother
Who here got a bell pepper nose? Be honest now.
Nah, you came here looking for boy pussy. You Froggy Man.
Boy, pussy, stop projecting.
Nah, go ahead, Froggy Man. What you got for us?
Yeah, I took Dr. Kazi's advice. I bought Apple call options yesterday. I made $1.4 million today. I'm sick and tired of talking to you poor people. Good luck and God bless on Clown House. But I'm out. This is my retirement day. I'm celebrating. Woo!
I like your trolling, Froggy Man. Come to the battle. Hit the link. Follow all the moderators. Make sure nobody's following you back. Hit the link at the top and come to that, right? Yo, Froggy Man.
Welcome to the roast. This is my barbecue party. I have prime rib, New York strip. We got filet mignon. We got lobster tail, caviar. We got Miller High Life. We got orange juice, and we got cannabis. This is my retirement party. God bless me. I made a big trade today. I'm rich, and I'm so sick of talking to poor people on Clown House. Thank you very little. I am complete.
Yo, Froggy Man. Yo, Froggy Man. Yo, Froggy, man.
Should have bought the Apple call options and listened to Dr. Kazi.
What type of shit is this? I ain't never seen no troll like this. I don't even know how to rebuttal this nigga. That Froggy, man. Hit the link at the top, bro. We see you tonight, man. We're gonna give you a little 5 minutes, or we give you 30 seconds to do that dumb shit you just did. You are?
Yeah, I'm down. I just clicked it. I accepted the invite.
Nah, good looking, Froggy, man. See, that's what I like you, man. You come through, we're gonna give you the shot, baby. I know you just want a shot. Tools got a lot of time. Give him time, Tools. That's Froggy.
I'm the Muhammad Ali of trolling.
Don't do it no more. Nah, don't do it no more, Jay. Don't do it no more. You wait, Froggy, man.
Y'all still don't do it no more.
This troll is impeccable.
Hey, you gave niggas some opportunity, nigga said.
You gotta look at potential. Nigga got a little nigga ain't coming here like that for nothing. That's Froggy, man. You gotta change your name to Froggy, man.
The name is Doge Morgan. Don't you ever forget about it, you douche.
We don't like that. We don't like that. That's too many words. I don't like that. Sound bad. That sound like the name of a child kidnapper or something. You don't want that. No, I actually do something like that.
You projecting again.
Nah, you Froggy, man. And that's what I'm in.
Oh, thank God Dr. Kazi, my financial advisor, is here. Thanks for putting me in those Apple call options the other day.
Nah, this is a music room and you gonna be Froggy, man. I'm Knucklehead, you Froggy, man. See how that work?
Oh, this is a room of those thieves that allow fake-ass hip-hop artists to bet on the bullshit and then you take all the money with fake votes. I almost got you guys the other day, but you a bunch of scam artists, lying, thieving motherfuckers.
I told you that's matching, dog.
That's exactly what it
Give me
is.
your 30 seconds.
Nah, I'm worried about it.
That's exactly what that is, kid.
You know how to keep it down. I'm trying to tell you.
That is him. That's him.
You.
Ish gave me an end card from the Kingdom of Iskandar one time, so I owed him a favor.
Nah, no more funny, Froggy, man. You
I care.
That was wrong. That's funny. Ain't funny.
Yeah, alright.
Oh, okay.
He working on his shit. Told him to change that name.
Froggy man with the Trump hat.
Funny with the money. Oh, you got me mistaken, honey. I don't want to rape you. I just want the papers. The visa, capisha. Am I like the papers? Who's the head honcho? Slick like Ramacho. Cool like Camacho.
Nah, man, you troll with too many words. You gotta do something with that. That ain't good.
You either gotta make niggas laugh or make them.
Man, you gonna scare the kids, my nigga. That ain't nobody gonna like that.
You projecting.
Nah, you said that already. You projecting my ass. That's bullshit.
You projecting about projecting.
That nigga ran out of air a second ago. This shit was funny. Passed out trying to say projecting, nigga.
Yeah, you Froggy, man.
Most people think a great God is gonna come from the sky, take away everything, and make everybody feel high. But if you knew what your life was worth, you would sing it here on earth, and now you know the line. Stand up for your right to party.
They gonna lock you up.
The fact that you a grown ass man playing on the internet with a fucking weird ass voice, crazy, bro.
I'm Gilbert Godfrey's son. I'm just keeping up the family comedy dynasty.
Nah, we gonna give him a chance. We gonna get this chance.
You gotta get the fuck out your family basement, bro.
But he talking about the
Nah,
white
we
man.
gonna let him.
Put
We
it
gonna
real
let him
much
introduce
on.
the flyer.
Sam Kinison is my father.
We gonna let him introduce the flyer trash.
Rodney Dangerfield is my uncle.
Your mama is your father.
Alright, Froggy, man, shut up.
Nigga, yo, James Brown and shit.
I ain't gonna
Yo,
lie.
that's Slash.
Hey, you niggas passed me the blick.
That's
y'all.
Slash?
Oh, I ain't even see Impeccable in here.
That's Slash? That better not be no goddamn Slash.
Yo, what's good, watch?
What's the word? What's up with
And
your
somebody even, ooh,
I don't know, man. I can't speak for the next man.
Nah, yeah, you can't. You probably won't
I want to bet $10 on my song, Broke-ish N-word.
I
Come on, Froggy, man. Come on, you making me look bad.
Broke N-word-ish. That's the name of my song. I want to bet $10 against any one of you chumps.
Chill out, Froggy, man.
Come on, put your money.
Give me the beat.
No, Froggy, you gonna get your money. You gonna get your shine tonight, man. You got 40 minutes. Hold on. That's self-control, boy. Calm down. Let the niggas talk right now, man.
Impeccable Jew.
You gonna play on a lily pad or something, Froggy?
All you gotta do is turn around. You see that nigga.
Froggy.
Go within and seek the truth. Believe and ye shall be eternal.
Where's my PTR from, y'all?
The Boondock Saints.
No. Look closely at the PTR.
The Planned Parenthood Trifold Flyer.
Thank you.
Are you making an anime joint?
No, I found it on Facebook and I took it. Oh, there's another one I found. Let me.
I cannot believe they let me just.
You said what?
I said, anime.
You saw they did that anime and paid in full?
Oh, it's a waste of time. I got shit I gotta do that.
Does that answer suffice for what you were seeking, though?
No, not at all. I don't like it when people give me very short answers and don't elaborate. So no, I was not happy with that.
Right. That's where I'm not Persian. Just get to the
Dilan Barat kheli tang shode.
I don't know what the fuck he said, but yeah.
You've never read Zoroaster?
He's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great question, though. Maybe someone else can take it on with a little more information on Gandhi. My information on Gandhi is limited, and I guess it only expanded when I went to South Africa. So
Resist the white man.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just saying, if your knowledge of the truth was only received when you went to observe South Africa, I mean, what are you trying to say?
Just for context, can we expand on who exactly we're talking about? Because if we're talking about someone other than the professor that was detained, maybe I'm unpreviewed to the conversation to have an opinion.
I agree with you, Morning.
Mo, can you provide context?
Well, absolutely I can, but as I mentioned 10 minutes ago, I have a hard stop at 5:20, which is any second now. So thank you all for the delightful conversation. I really appreciate everyone's time. This has been a very fruitful dialogue. I took a tremendous amount of notes. As I leave, I'll put the ball in the court of... What? But yeah, I was almost not like if you know something about me, I like to say what I say real quick and land. But it's about vice versa. Women, you know what I mean? When dudes talk about women, it's really talk about the women that ain't got knowledge themselves. So we kind of gotta find each other up.
like 70 and up, $80.
Are you guys still talking about nothing?
No, we're not talking about you.
Well, that's very polite of you to call me nothing, but that sounds like a projection to me if I ever heard one. Clown House Hero, Real World Zero.
Thank you. I've got an album coming out next month, and I've got plenty behind and plenty coming up. So if that's a zero, that's on you, buddy.
Well, what is it like when a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it hit the floor?
It don't sound like you.
Well, then what does it sound like?
That's an interesting question. What does it sound like to the other trees? And what does it sound like to the birds who live there? What does it sound like to the wind that's there?
I don't know. You tell me, Dave.
I don't know their perspective.
Well, that's a you problem.
You know, Nomad, another thing that Casey, that what do you call it? That comedian, speaking of things we were talking about earlier and sort of innuendos, he always pointed out how white warfare drops dicks on people. Like, our bombs are... me not being able to see, I thought bombs were shaped like balls. I thought they were shaped like a round, like, soccer ball that drops and blows up. But he said, no, everything is shaped like a dick. Like, that's not the way war used to be fought. But, like, it is very kind of queer in that way. It is.
You never seen a spear? What did you think a spear was, or a club? I mean, why do you think bombs look like penises? Are you projecting penises?
Nah, Dave. Yeah, so the round bomb, that's like the classic cartoon bomb. Like that's the emoji bomb. That would be the textbook.
But they called those nuclear bombs in World War II. One of them was called Fat Boy, and so I guess I always thought they were big round things, but I guess they're dick shaped.
Yeah. Well, Fat Boy, it's still that, but it's just.
Great content, Dave. When does the show start?
And then, of course, it was the Enola Gay. Right. I don't know what they named it. The B2 or B52. What was it? B52?
No, that was Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, and that was actually a woman's name. His mother, the mother. If they named the bomb after. Oh yes, that's the. Oh, I thought you meant the song. The song Enola Gay was about that, but it wasn't about that. The song was about that bomb, and that was Enola Gay named after.
Assalamu alaikum. Can I get a walaikum assalam?
These men had a steel bar in their mouths. Even their limbs are chained. They are held in a golden cage, for they are the most feared army in the world, the Titan gods. One man shot an arrow into the cage. The cage erupted with great energy. The Titans all escaped. Just then, Zeus descended from the heavens with his main gods of war. He announced that the war had begun. The four gods of war rushed out. At first, Poseidon, the god of the sea, and Athena, the goddess of wisdom, had the upper hand. But as more and more Titans were unleashed, the gods were overwhelmed. Zeus looked at the fallen gods of war. He made a bold decision.
Yo, Tiana, why you being weird? Like, Tiana, if you want to argue, we can argue. Like,
Please. No, Angel.
Welcome back to another episode of Low IQ Dumb People talking about nothing, wasting all the time here at Clown House.
You're mad because somebody pressed you and asked you to provide. Bro, somebody asked you Provide the evidence for why you take a shahada like that. And then you're talking and getting personal. No, bro. Just say I don't have it. Don't be talking about this and like getting personal because you sound wet, bro. You sound wet, man.
Here's what I'm saying.
I stop fucking around, bro.
Here's what I'm saying. I don't have to show the entire Shahada in the Quran because I don't believe that everything that the Prophet said is in the Quran.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you gotta say. That's it.
I believe in the Quran and Sunnah.
So you're a bum fluff. We got you.
What?
He is, wallah. Literally, man.
Yeah, I believe in the Quran and Sunnah. I'm not.
Yeah, so you're a bum fluff. That's cool. You keep fluffing off that ass hairs off your face, and it's cool. It don't mean nothing to us. So you can't provide the evidence from the word of Allah. You can't provide it from the Quran. So, bro, like, intellectually
it doesn't
speaking,
have to be in the Quran.
It does. It really does. No, it really does because the word of Allah was given to. Okay, let me ask you a question.
For the 1903
what was revealed to Muhammad?
Edward VII,
okay, good question.
Alexandra, as the Empress of India.
How are you gonna say something, man? I need a straight answer, man. We don't need you crying, bro. Stop purring, man. Stop being a cat, man. Relax. Can you ever stop being a cat? Like for once, man. Just be straight, man. Relax, man. Listen.
Notice across the front and the back.
The way Muslims take their Shahada, they've been taking the Shahada the same way for the past 1400 years. Just the life of the Prophet. Just because something's not written in the Quran that way, don't mean that's not the way that it's done.
So the Quran
a lot of things, makes me feel pain. Never hear me say that ever in your life.
Yeah, it is. That's what you've just said.
So,
in those very little words, you just said that.
No, that's what you said. That's what you said.
That's exactly what you just said.
Didn't say that, woman.
That's exactly. Luke, call me sir again. Luke, come off the mic again. I'm gonna drop you. Yeah?
Can you guys stop?
Wait your turn.
Can you guys stop? You guys sound
Wait your turn, banana.
You sound like donkeys.
Wait your turn. But you don't like donkeys. You don't like banana shit riders. Wait your turn, man.
So,
you understand? Go back on me. Okay, so you clearly don't understand. Yeah,
so like
I don't understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, it doesn't have to be written in the Quran word for word for us to know that this is the way the Sahabas took their Shahada, because we have plenty of hadith literature that proves that. And so, to answer your question, what was revealed to the Prophet, it was the Quran. And also other things that's not in the Quran.
Such as? He's gonna say a whole lot, girl. We ain't got time for that right now. Yeah, I don't want to listen to his bullshit monologues. So he's literally. It's not, darling. Listen, it's you know what dawa means in English? It means medicine. Yeah. Really? Dawa translated in English, it's like medicine. We don't need no dose of no medicine, right? Literally, listen, calm down. Open up chapter 3, ayah 18, and recite it for the people in English. If you can't, I can recite it in Arabic. I don't mind, but go on. Gato, man, you little fluffy cat. I said 318, bro. Stop playing with me. Why are you taking so long, man?
Who are you talking to?
You, nigga. The fuck? You, I'm talking to you, nigga. Like, don't play with me, bro. I'm talking to you, bro. Why? God, you better stop playing with me, bro. Like, stop.
Read it. Read what? 318, man.
Yes.
Oh, so 318. Okay.
Yes, brother. Yes.
Okay.
No, Jason, I gave him chapter 3.
No, I'm just telling him to read in the name of your Lord.
Read.
اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق. Yo, he just says read and recite in the name of Allah.
Read it to me, man, please.
Please read it like a Quranist. Bismillahi.
No, I'm not a Quranist.
Hold on. So I gotta read all of
Okay, it says, Allah bears witness.
Breath. And take a deep breath, right? Nargis. Yes. How many times have I told you, darling, don't call me a Quranist, man?
Not you. I'm calling Chinese.
You saw Sheeness? Like, I don't know about that, darling, but you're in this space right now, so please stop that, man. I've asked you so many times, darling, don't call me no Quranist, man. Alhamdulillah, sister. Come on. Like, I've said it so many times. It's like me saying what?
Some distinguishing factor.
No. There is, but you have to learn the difference. Yeah? The distinctions, the differentiations, darling, right? And every single sector has these differences. But when it comes to the word of Allah and Allah alone, we don't have very much differences. Hence why Allah says, when we die, He's going to handle the disputes, whether we are wrong or right? Upon Him is the truth. That's it, man. But when you're coming from a different type of place, I'm a Hanbali, Hanafi, I'm a Sunni, I'm a Shia, sorry, man. God ain't even going to look at you, man. He's not even going to talk to you, man. Like, that's you're done for. That's it, man. Khalas, the angels are going to literally handle you, man. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you say Quranist, like, sis, please, man, be mindful, man. You know I'm not a Quranist, and you don't know, I take that as an insult, man.
Sorry,
Please,
bro.
sis, man.
It's just a differentiated kind. I'm sorry.
But don't differentiate me and put me in that category because it offends me. I told you this, man.
Quran, I'm not from other, like, literature that is...
No. You're wrong. Let me correct you. There are many people that claim to take from the Quran, and yes, you're correct. A lot of them openly tell you, I am a Quranist. Do you see what I'm saying? Only a very small number will tell you, I'm not a Quranist, I am a Muslim. That's it. No, just like, respect me for me, man.
I'm sorry about that.
That's it, man, Habibi. Like, come on, man. You are literally the man then right now. I'm not even gonna call you Habibti, you're my Habib right now.
I am your Habib. I am your... Darling, you give love a bad name. That's Gato.
Yo, this girl can sing, you know. She tries to hide it. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna just drop a little word here, little word there. But she got them vocals, man.
Bro, Gato, was there anything of significance that you wanted to tell these people?
Yeah, he's trying to recite chapter 318. Can you recite that? Gato. I don't wanna say Gato, because, you know, a lot of people, especially the men, they be like, Gato. See how I G-check them? No, but hold on, Gato, because I know what Gato means, yeah? See how I G-check them? I'm like, they called you Gato.
Gato?
Ain't y'all know it? No, but he's far from that, though. Seriously.
So cool, man. Gato, you want to...
Wallah, Gato's actually one of my favorites. Favorite mushriks. I wouldn't even call him a mushrik, munafiq, man. He's one of my favorites, man. Wallah, he is. And he even says it to me. He's like, you're one of my favorite...
Kufars.
What do you say? Yeah, he says you're one of my favorite kufars. And I'm like, cool. I can say that. You know, it's cool. Gato, please recite it, man. Stop throwing up these emojis.
Right, look at this rowdy pirate up here. Look at that. Rowdy gypsy. Right, who you be calling a...
Rahi is lost, man. Leave him alone, man. He's a kuttaballa. That's it, man.
Assalamu alaikum.
Doja's up today.
Hold on, girl. What's he doing? What are you doing screaming up like that?
Can they talk? Are they going to really talk about it, or just gonna have a personal conversation?
Okay, I got
Come on, you can talk, brother. Oh, thank God,
My bad.
10 minutes for you to go.
Yeah. Time is what you can't get back. You can always make more money.
What market do you do real estate, if you don't mind me asking?
I do residential
In what city?
in Houston, Texas.
I love Houston. I'm moving to the Woodlands.
Come on down. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter lives there. I want to move there. I love the Woodlands.
Are you gonna move in with your daughter?
No, I'm buying my own house.
Okay.
I'm a grown-ass man. I can sleep in front of my kids.
I'll show you a beautiful home.
In the Woodlands?
Do you like new construction or do you like old homes?
I don't want a new construction. New construction comes with new problems.
Right. Nah, you get warranties and stuff, and then you get 3%, and then they give you $16,000 towards your down payment. Now
I'm buying it outright.
that's even better. I definitely want you. I want your business.
I'm doing the all cash. And if she does the right thing, my kid, I might buy her house too.
Aww. Yeah. Well, keep me posted.
I
And welcome.
Thank you. Let's say hello to Edmund. Edmund, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Do you see the market today? Just an incredible reversal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a big win for the Donald.
Yeah, I mean, big win for the traders too, because people traded it. It's just, there's people out there that are celebrating today. It's a huge day for some people. It's unbelievable. But I mean, like you said, it's Trump. Trump looks at the market a lot, and he always references it, and everybody is happier today. Everybody's emotionally connected to the stock market. It's unbelievable.
Well, I disagree with you because if you on the left, you're saying it was stock manipulation. He did this on purpose. You just say all the time. Listen, they're running around like the hair's on fire, bro. It makes no sense.
See, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You're damned if you say something, you're damned if you say nothing. You're damned, it doesn't matter what it is. Trump is just the sacrificial scapegoat. You're going to shit on him no matter what. That's what these content people do when it comes to our president. That's because they're anti-American.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they're anti-American. Not all of them are anti-American. Some of them are. But there's also some people on the right that are anti-American, I believe. Dr. John. Who is Dr. John? That is his hand raised right away.
This is Creekside.
Ugh. Okay. So, I find it... What's up, Maddie? I find it so disingenuous on the left. Everything they accused Donald Trump of doing, they've done. And I'm just so fed up with it. The fucking hypocrisy in politics.
It's all projection all the time. Everything is projection. It's all communication and hypnosis.
Don't be a shit, man. I've been giving you grace lately.
It's true. Just you'll hear it. Just give it 10 minutes and you're gonna hear projection within 10 minutes, 100%.
Listen. I've learned though. Even though I'm dead center. I'm not left. I'm not right. I think they're both corrupt. I find out a lot of lefties are afraid to come in anymore because they call them on their bullshit.
They evaporated. They're like the Wicked Witch of the West. You put some water, some solvent, catalyst, and boom, they turn into fucking puddle of water.
What they do is they go to the politically correct, or they'll go to a Ben Mendelsohn room, and that's what they do. They go hide in their little safe spaces. They're not going to come have a healthy debate. It's healthy debates. Come have the healthy debate. Listen, you people can say what you want about me. But one thing you can't say is A, I'm not fair, and B, I always admit when I'm wrong. If you prove me wrong, I'll be like, I was wrong, sorry. But these people, they hide like when you turn the light on, the roaches scatter. That's lefties right now. Matty, cool, what's good?
What's up? What's up, JB? I had quite a good question for you. If
if you can reveal it, I mean, how have you voted? Like, who did you vote for in like 2004 or 1994? Or, you know,
I'll make it easy for you. I voted straight Democrat my entire life. I will not make that mistake again.
So this is a problem, right? I mean, clearly they have to get you back, or you know, many people like yourself back to become a party again. There's no way they can lose people like you. Am I missing something here?
I've said that before. The biggest problem, and that's very astute, Matt. And I'm gonna tell you what I said before. No, I'm being serious, Edmund. I said the biggest problem that the Democratic Party has is they're losing people like me. They're losing people like Norm. I'm embarrassed to admit I voted Democrat. If you didn't ask me, Matt, I would have never said anything. Because this party is a party of deflectors, right? They want to deflect and blame Donald Trump for their flaws. If they don't start noticing that they're losing constituents in droves, there's going to be a blue wave in 2 years. I mean, a red wave in 2 years. That's what I think. What's up, Adams? What's up, Sabrina? Creekside, what's up?
Oh, not much. What's up, guys? What's up? No, it's cool. It's refreshing to hear. I mean, someone on the left, you know, I wouldn't even call it left, but you know what I mean? Like a self-professed Democrat is actually being truthful. You're very, very rare nowadays, man. It's very rare. I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just, you know, I mean, it's almost a religion to them at this point where they can't admit basic facts or basic things. It's very frustrating. So the only silver lining I can see is that luckily, as the Democrats lose power, you know, and they lose this voice, seemingly, that maybe we can avert a civil war. Because for a while there, it seemed like they were getting so powerful and hell bent on, you know, changing this country.
Creekside, let me jump in here, bro. I believe. And I'm not a conspiracy nut. This ain't Augustus's room. But I believe the Democrats tried to kill Donald Trump in Pennsylvania. I honestly believe that.
Yeah.
Honestly, any means necessary to hold on to power.
I believe it was more of the Union Party and our intelligence agency. There's a precedent of presidents getting killed or almost killed because they go against the military-industrial complex. And, you know, there's a lot of ties now. You know, they came out with more ties today. That there was that guy who tried to kill Trump the second time. He was a Ukrainian recruiter, and he was recruiting foreign fighters, Afghanis. He was trying to get RPG-7s. He got his gun from possibly the drug cartels because a lot of these weapons that we shipped to Ukraine were never accounted for. We have no system to account for these weapons. So Tucker Carlson actually said it in one of his interviews that he believes that Ukrainians were selling some of their excess weapons to drug cartels.
All right, hold on. Time out. Let's not go down that rabbit hole tonight, please. But first off, I'm not a fan of Tucker Carlson, but since you bring up names and celebrity names, I'll tell you one name that I've really enjoyed and he's starting to make a lot of headway. People are really getting mad at him on the left. That's Bill Maher. Have you guys listened to Bill Maher lately?
Yeah, I've been listening to Club Random on YouTube for a while, and I like Bill Maher. You know, a lot of people dislike him, but the point is, he had Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on there, and Kennedy unloaded the whole story on Bill Maher's Club Random on YouTube, and you're like, wow, like this is damning to the government, to the establishment, or to the deep state. I mean. And look, I mean, the point is, Kennedy's in power. Trump is in power. The assassination was prevented. I mean, the liberals and the people on the left are having emotional, psychic breakdown. They cannot believe what has happened and what is happening. And now that the stock market is at like back to the highest levels of all time, I mean, it's every day they just have to create some type of new controversy to stay entertained. That's what's happening.
Now, hey, listen, if you guys want to listen to a real based former Democrat who is very based, now he's a libertarian, his name is Stick666, and he's on YouTube, and he's about 39 years old.
Okay, I need to take, this dude's never going to shut up. If you want to come back bro, just chill, bro. Like I said, Matt, I think it's just my personal opinion. The biggest issue facing the Democratic Party is they're losing people like me who voted my entire life, unfortunately, for the Democratic Party. Now it's just like, why? Well, let me tell you something, Maddie. If she doesn't win the governorship of your state, she's the leading contender for president in 2028. Why would I get behind that? Another fucking disaster.
I'm curious, what's your problem, JB? Did I say something? What's the deal?
Okay, let's not go down the stage dynamic route. Can you maybe follow him or something and take it into a back channel?
I do him out. I just can't deal with him. He gaslights rooms. He doesn't shut up. I want to have a conversation, not an argument. Matt, what do you think about Kamala being the top contender again?
So, Adams and I have discussed this before, that she cannot win anywhere but California, but she can't even win California probably. We'll see here. But
wait, who would she run? Who would she be running against in California?
Adams, you have the other names. I forgot the name that you mentioned the other day or a couple of weeks ago. Oh, Rick Caruso, right? Would be one, right, Adams?
Rick Caruso would be one. I honestly, he used to be the former mayor of San Diego. Yeah. But please excuse me, I'm not in front of my notes as I'm driving. But I would say the front runner would be Rick Caruso. I mean, he did not lose to Karen Bass much, and I think that people have now given him a second look, considering, his infrastructure plans and the fact that he was the chairman of the LADWP before. And I mean, he's a real estate developer in a region that needs to be rebuilding. I mean, his buildings were the only ones that didn't burn down, and he is very humanized, in the sense that his daughter, who I believe is welcoming her first child very recently, lost her house, burned down to the ground. So I think that Rick Caruso has really stolen the hearts of a lot of Californians, in my opinion.
Well, let me ask you this. So let me say this. First of all, let me say hello to Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning, my friend.
Good evening. I don't know where you're at.
Good afternoon, my friend.
Good afternoon. So my thing is, why do we have to regurgitate the same fucking candidates? Why is this woman not retired, living off the money that she gave when she was in government? Why doesn't Nancy Pelosi sail off into the sunset? Why are we stuck with this trash? Don't we as Americans deserve better? Just my opinion. Steve, we were touching on the California election and Kamala Harris possibly being the governor. What are your thoughts on that? Steve? He must have stepped away. I mean, look what we're doing here. Why is she even a mention for political position anymore? She just got not beat, historically beat.
It's because she's like AOC. She has influencer power. That's the whole thing, is building this artificial influencer power, which is used as a mind virus and propaganda.
Edmund, let me ask you this. AOC is the new kid on the block. I know it seems like she's been around forever, but she really hasn't. Thank God she's not my congresswoman. I mean, I have Hakeem Jeffries. I don't know if that's not great. But how has she built this influencer base so quickly in such a short period of time?
It's Code Blue, it's Instagram Meta, it's Google, Facebook. I mean, it's the big media companies are with them, Politically they're aligned, culturally they're aligned, and this is their chance to try to take back power. I mean, Trump is a huge threat. The Republican Party is a huge threat, but it's really Elon Musk and X. That's the thing that most people can't still wrap their head around, is that we would not be where we're at without X. That was the total breakdown in the communication control. That allowed other mind viruses and memes to get out, because finally the censorship became so powerful that we couldn't even communicate openly about all these important topics that we've been living with for the past 25 years.
Steve, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you ask me again, please?
I said we were touching on myself, Adams, Matt. You guys are Californians.
Yeah.
Kamala being the leading candidate for the governorship of California. Do you think she has a chance? And why is she even in the race?
Yes, she absolutely does have a chance, no question about it. However, who is I forgot her name. She's been in Congress for like 10, 20 years. She's in her 70s. She's got a very good reputation. What's her name again? I forget.
Can't be Maxine Waters.
No. Is her last name Lee? Is there a congresswoman?
Barbara Lee.
Barbara Lee. My understanding is that she is a leading candidate for governor. I heard that. Is that incorrect or no?
I don't know. I got to be honest. I'm not very schooled on
I heard Barbara Lee. Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
Okay.
I've heard
a lot. The drones on day in and day out. Yeah.
And then we can mentally simulate other minds. So I can just like imagine what you're thinking, kind of intuitively, and I can just sort of like.
But that has nothing to do with me. That's just in your head.
Yeah. That's true. Anyway, so those are my sort of like cognitive operations. That
You've obviously got a list here. How many operations have you got on this list now?
This one, I finished my list, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16. Okay, that's a good starting place. Yeah. See how do those all relate to one another? What do they have in common? What are they different? Yeah, there's a lot to play with there.
Yeah, I have been playing with it a lot. It's been really generative, like breaking these things down and seeing how they relate to other things. So one thing is it got me thinking of like which ones are the most important ones, and I think the 3 most important ones of the list are analogy, like things are similar to other things.
Yeah.
The thing where I said X has the property of Y, like the evaluative capacity, like critical thinking, basically, and then imagination. So analogy, evaluation, and imagination. I would think are like the 3 main ones. All of them are important, but like those seem like especially important for some reason to me.
Well, they're also quite vague. I mean, imagination can operate in all, as a musician or an artist or a writer or as a football player.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
You can be really imaginative in different domains, and it's, like I say, especially the distinction between linguistic domains and non-linguistic domains.
Yeah, I was thinking about in the sort of linguistic domain of like, okay, I want to come up with a new concept. My new concept is like people with 7-foot noses. Like that's not a thing in the world. You know what I mean? I just invented it.
Yeah.
A new category. And like that, you're not gonna get that if you just ask, does X have the property of Y, or is X similar to Y? And that's not gonna get you to the 7-foot nose guys. You need some other capacity that gives you that. But another things that this got me thinking about is just like, what exactly is the difference between how do we get from seeing the perceptual properties of things, like seeing that the cigarette box is green, seeing that it's a square, to seeing the more
no, go on.
To seeing the more abstract properties, like what's that bridge? That's what I've been thinking about.
What is a more abstract property?
Oh, that it's like it is a creation of the American economy. It's
That's not a property of anything. That's a story that you've got in your head about that's related to stuff, but it's not a property of anything except your language.
That's interesting.
Well, at least that's my story.
I don't have stories anywhere in here, which is maybe
what do you mean? You're all this whole thing is your story.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't have a category for story. It's my story.
Well, you've covered a lot of stuff. I mean, again, most of that stuff that's in the domain of language is, from my perspective, all related to the stories that we have running in our head.
sense. But maybe we have this like intuition about like narratives of like long like. Because I've been all the thoughts that I've been dealing with are like really simple ones, like camels wearing hats and camels being flamboyant and stuff like that, as opposed to like longer ones like there are heroes and they do adventures and they like have like the whole like heroes myth stuff. You know what I mean? Like like and that probably also is part of our like our thinking architecture that like is just I'm not capturing that because I'm looking at more fine grained stuff than that, but that stuff's probably in there.
Yeah, you've listen. This is a hugely deep, complicated, complex, mysterious domain that you are embedded in now. I'm trying to figure it out. Good luck.
Yeah.
I wish you the best.
Thanks. One way that I'm trying to bridge the perceptual to the more like going from brown and shape to like even the concept of a camel is like a little bit abstract. Like what exactly is a camel? It's like
Dr. Adrian, Cinnamon World Premiere.
If you got a camel sitting here in your living room,
2025 World Premiere.
Clear reference.
Yeah.
The idea of camel, well, shit, that could be almost anything.
So communication is going on with a lot of our ability to bridge the perceptual to the
You seen the market today?
There's a lot of metaphor in the sense of like
Trump gave like a heads up to everyone on Twitter.
Yeah, just like 30 minutes.
All of that. It's not all.
We didn't know.
He gave everyone who was his followers like a heads up, like, hey, get in before the market pops.
Like, I'm starting to like this guy. Like, he is the man of the people. Like that tweet. Like, he's like, today's a great day to buy in the market. I had 7 calls, 535 SPY calls expiring today at 60 cents. I doubled down on Apple. I just bought today. Everything was so steady, and then a pop at 1 p.m. Bam, 2,000%.
It was really like a pincer maneuver to, like a disequilibrium moment to surround China, to prevent, to cause all the other countries to fall in line with America, and to sort of build a wall, the Great Wall, the Great Tariff Wall of China.
I'm sorry, like, a lot of the people that are against him at the moment, I feel like are just so biased. Like, we got to see things through and through.
Yeah, a lot of people are panickers, man. Panic.
I won't lie, right? I was pro-Trump. I voted for Trump, and when the administration came in and they were very aggressive with a lot of pushing things and the changes, I was a little fearful. But as things progress, I'm starting to see the long-term picture of things, right?
Like, if you think about it, Trump really doesn't have much, longer to live. He wants to leave a legacy for himself. Like, he wants to be, he's thinking,
the continent united is next. So how long
Germany?
Ja. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Sprechen Sie? No. You can't speak German, isn't it?
No one. I don't speak German. I don't know about anybody else.
Auf Wiedersehen!
But yeah, anyways, I think it was a great move. Great move by Trump. A lot of people have been, doubting Thomas for a very long time. But, everything, like, what John says, there's not a speck out of place in the entire universe.
Yeah.
And, things are meant to be what they're meant to be, and it's for us to catch that wave.
Yeah.
Later, suckers.
I'm liking his strategy. I like his confidence too, and I like how he negotiates with other countries. And I think really this is what America needed, right? Because we needed a president with a spine that didn't just except countries just shaking us around. You know what I mean? And we can't be at the whim of other countries. Like, we have to be bold, right? I mean, we're America, right? A lot of countries do want to do business with us. We have a card in the back pocket where we have to be like, hey, we also need resources and money to build our infrastructure, and this is what we're going to do. So I like where it's going. I thought
see that China was selling USTs like crazy and devaluing the yuan?
I did not. I'm actually going to look at some financials tonight and look at some further news. I really just heard his statement today, and
he's a reality warper. That's what Trump is, man. He warps reality. Literally, he's like a psychic reality warper who introduces psychosis into his enemies.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, he's technically like a black hole because he warps reality around his head.
That's the holy halo.
It's amazing. Like, that is the definition of magic, is to make reality essentially conform to your will or the true will. So Trump, his communication is truly hermetic.
So, so when all is said and done, and when you really think about it, the stock market is back where it started. We get 10% tariffs across the board. I know, like, maybe that's paused for like the next 90 days. I'm not entirely too sure. We have China completely isolated, and we get 125% tariffs on China. So, like, the people, the losers, the last couple of days, that had like an emotional breakdown and a complete psychosis. And what really gets me going is these leftists and these, really crazy motherfuckers, like, they're so down with the system. They're like, like that song by, I forget what, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you. And it's like, okay, so you want the whole system to crash? But now you're for the system now? Like, what's wrong with you? Like...
Hypocrite.
Yeah.
Hypocrite.
Yeah. And, I don't think they'll ever apologize or take their L. I really doubt it.
For lack of accountability. Like, you can't take down the same system that you're getting benefits from. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's who Trump is. He's a reality warping motherfucker who induces psychosis into his enemies. Like, if you really think about it, who is it? Rosie O'Donnell. She fled America. She went to Ireland, and but I think she was kicked out. She wasn't accepted. Her visa was denied. Pigs.
Yeah. Oh shit! They kicked her out. We don't want you. That's funny.
She's gonna weigh the whole island into the ocean. Come on, man. There's not enough land mass back.
Here's the thing. That's not a net loss for us. That's actually a net gain. I don't think anybody really in the U.S. really liked Rosie O'Donnell. Who watched her show? Wasn't she on like The View or something with like the angry feminists?
I really wish the movie, the TV series, The Apprentice, like, came back like in a 4K HD remaster. That'd be so sick. Some really like lost footage, because I think it's really hard to get that sort of footage across. I think they did like 5 or 6 seasons. There's like Celebrity Apprentice, so it'd be kind of funny to go back to see, where the sort of current president were, sort of for like that period of his life, to sort of see how much has carried over to the current man that he is now. And I really do think he's kept that same sort of jokerish, impish, troll spirit that I think he's always had. He's really loving and living life. That's how I feel. Like, Trump is like, I remember the thing that really like shocked me. I was like, this can't be real. Was the sort of wedding, like that Catholic charity event. And I remember this was, more than 8 years ago. And I just remember him roasting Hillary Clinton and all these other elites of America. And I was like, holy hell, like, does this guy have a death sentence? Like, you can't just say some of the stuff that you're saying and come out of this building alive.
Well, he almost didn't make it out of Pennsylvania, so you know what you're saying actually did occur. I mean, you could only imagine who actually conspired to, you know, blow his brain off. And the funniest thing is they chose a shitty assassin. You know, it's like you could tell that it had to have been, you know, the worst of human beings because they don't even, you know, look what happened.
Yeah, he was just bio trash. He was just bio trash, you know. He was just fertilizer.
I mean, people will talk about John Wilkes Booth, you know, because there was a conspiracy there to, you know, kill Lincoln. I mean, maybe there was some, I mean, like, at least that was a big conspiracy. The Michael Crooks one, it's like, that's a big conspiracy too, but I mean, you know, anyways.
The whole, the Ukraine thing, you know, the whole Ukraine situation, like, how he was trying to find other assassinations and how he was messaging the Ukrainian government, like how, you know, him assassinating Trump would allow Ukraine to be in a more favorable position in the war against Russia.
It's wild because, like, technically, if Kamala would have won, they probably would have even have pushed the war and expanded it where Kiev.
It would have gone nuclear, man. It would have gone fucking nuclear.
You think so? Probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, but the question is, if it went nuclear, it's like who pulled the trigger. So I mean, it probably would have been technically a false flag deep state operation, or Russia would have actually detonated and said, okay, we can't deal with this anymore. Like now we're not playing games. Make another, you know, do it again. You know, if the war, if you don't come to terms, like we'll nuke you too. I mean,
if you know, if like you're a modern nation state, you're gonna use any tool at your disposal. You know, America is doing that economically wise. You know, like a trade war is like a fucking real trade. It's like an actual war, but with money. It's brutal. It's brutal. A lot of companies will not make it. They will not make it at all. And, you know, like how Trump posted on Twitter before it was turned into X, you know, it's a casino, so you better enjoy the ride.
Honestly, I didn't even know Kamala's policies. Like, what would have even been done? You know, I just feel like
anti-business, man. Anti-business, anti-AI, anti pro-development, anti-humanity, pro-nihilism, pro-death, pro-the grave, pro-the tombstone, pro-like the ringing of, you know, the end of days. They're complete nihilists. They're anti-life. That's the sort of genetics that they bring.
It's true. For a second, I wanted to be like, oh, wait a second. They're not anti-business. They're pro-big business, but like only for the cultural left-leaning big businesses. If you were pro-DEI, you would have been okay in her books, but the more extreme you are, the better you would have been in the books. So technically, like Zuckerberg's apology letter to Trump and how Meta and supposedly Google don't allow aren't censoring conservative speech anymore. It's all still bullshit. Like they still censor it. They still. So I mean, this is the revolution, but let's hope it's like a real revolution, not a fake revolution.
You know, I wish that Trump would, you know, maybe he's thinking 2 steps down. You know, like maybe third order sort of effect. You know, sort of thinking where you're thinking, you know, 3 chain reactions down the line, if this, then that sort of thinking, which is, for a lot of people, it's really hard to do. Like, a lot of people are just sort of really focused on the now and present. But, you know, it's like those analytical types that are able to sort of pierce through the veil, set up a chain sort of, you know, what's that, a Goldberg machine, where sort of one chain reaction sets something else. And they're sort of able to, like, chain link that. And I think Trump is able to do that. And I think he's really going to aim for the Fed. He has now found an on and off button that allows him to control the stock market. And that's tariffs. And that also influences the U.S. Treasury yield. He could then go to the Fed and cut the head of Hydra from the very hard. I think maybe
He's not going to though. I don't think he actually can, because he even said, why don't we get the IRS off the Americans' backs? He goes, oh, it'll only take an act of Congress. So the fact is, because of because of Congress and the checks and balances, like, it's a very complicated maneuver, which is so highly controlled, and so because it's in the fucking paperwork, they got the charter. So like, how do you cut the head of the snake when they got all the paperwork, they got all the receipts?
National security. As the president, you can do something called national security, and that obliterates everything. They won't stop.
But the problem is, the thing is, if he has a group of people that are supporting him within the banking industrial complex, there's no reason to kill the goose that lays the golden eggs. Without it, we're actually very weak. It's better to have the ability to bluff and to continue to manipulate the currency than it is to be honest. I mean, that's the thing, is like Kamala, she's the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination. And this, I don't know, I'm just saying we need transparency, but to kill it might be like taking the oil out of the engine, and then the whole vehicle stops working.
I think the future is going to be versus these two components. It's going to be Bitcoin versus actual minerals like gold. And China, I think, is going to go towards that option, gold. And I think America is going to go towards that sovereign wealth fund toward Bitcoin. I think that's like what I've been reading about.
Wait, what was the second part after the Bitcoin? Oh, minerals and other commodities.
Yeah, gold. Yeah. Mm-hmm. China's going to go towards that route.
I think we'll get a rate cut in May as well.
Did you guys ever hear about Mao offering 10 million Chinese women to America as a trade deal?
No. Really?
Yeah. So it was like some newly released transcripts of Henry Kissinger's 1973 meeting with Mao. This is what it said. China is a very poor country, Mao's quoted as saying during the exchange. We don't have much. What we have in excess is women. So if you want them, we can give a few. So maybe, we can go back to those more traditional times, like 1973. Let's exchange some women, for these incels here in America. Let's get them their hot Asian wifeys.
Yeah, I've read somewhere like throughout history, women would be offered like that. I actually have an article pulled up that said Mao offered Kissinger 10 million Chinese women. Interesting. China's very important. Yeah. That's hilarious.
So I just found this article written in 1987 that was published in a full page on the New York Times, September 2, 1987. So it goes like this. There's nothing wrong with America's foreign defense policy that a little backbone can't cure. An open letter from Donald J. Trump on why America should stop paying to defend countries that can afford to defend themselves. To the American people, for decades, Japan and the other nations have been taking advantage of the United States. The saga continues unabated as we defend the Persian Gulf, an area of only marginal significance to the United States for its oil supplies, but one upon which Japan and others are almost totally dependent. Why are these nations not paying the United States for the human lives and billions of dollars we're losing to protect their interests? Saudi Arabia, a country whose very existence is in the hands of the United States, last week refused to allow us to use their minesweepers, which are sadly far more advanced than ours, to police the Gulf. The world is laughing at us, at America, at its politicians as we protect ships we don't own, carrying oil we don't need, destined for allies who don't help. Over the years, the Japanese, unimpeded by the huge costs of defending themselves, as long as the United States will do it for free, have built a strong and vibrant economy with unprecedented surpluses. They have brilliantly managed to maintain a weak yen against a strong dollar. This, coupled with our monumental spending for their and other defenses, has moved Japan to the forefront of the world economies. Now that the tides are turning and the yen is becoming strong against the dollar, the Japanese are openly complaining, and in typical fashion, our politicians are reacting to those unjustified complaints. It's time for us to end our vast deficits by making Japan and others who can afford it pay. Our world protection is worth hundreds of billions of dollars to these countries, and their stake in their protection is far greater than ours. Make Japan, Saudi Arabia, and others pay for the protection we extend as allies. Let's help our farmers, our sick, our homeless by taking from some of the greatest profit machines ever created, machines created and nurtured by us. Tax these wealthy nations, not America. End our huge deficits, reduce our taxes, and let America's economy grow unencumbered by the cost of defending those who can easily afford to pay us for the defense of their freedom. Let's not let our great country be laughed at anymore. Sincerely, Donald J. Trump. Pretty based. What were your thoughts on that, John? What about you, Martel? Pretty based, right? Like, you know,
Based.
if you want your freedom, the so-called freedom of democracy in your countries, or whatever that means, freedom of the markets, you better pay us a little bit of money. You know, that's all we're asking for your protection. You know,
I couldn't agree more. And when I was younger, I used to actually kind of share a sentiment. I'm like, why does it always feel like America has to like cave into these other countries and give so much money to here and there? Like, we're not donors. Like, and when I was younger, I just couldn't explain it. But I'm just like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, how come the money doesn't just go to the people that live in America, the Americans, us? Like, I don't know. Like, so for Trump to actually come out and express that sentiment, I think a lot of people are like, yes, this is what we've been thinking, right? This is
He's so crazy. He's really taken some of like the more populist rhetoric and ideas and harnessed it under his own brand, I guess.
But
he's
like,
really he's taking the steam out of like the Democrats. He's taking their best ideas.
if you knew, like, yeah, like so many of the people of the left switched to not even, I wouldn't even call it right at this point. Like, the Republican Party or the so-called right just seems so different than what it traditionally was, you know, how it used to be, right? Like the Bush and these types of eras. It's just like so different. It's like revamped, where it has like, where it kind of shares like, it's like a combination of sentiment on both sides, but it's like more based, like it's more with logic rather than like this. I think the left is a little delusional in some of the.
Yeah, no, they've really lost like some of their really great intellectuals. The intellectuals have really shifted rightward. That's like where all the exciting conversations are taking place.
And it just feels like, as much as the people are trying to see what the left are trying to say, it's not making sense, and it just seems very delusional. People are like, the right makes way more sense. And it's more logic-based, and it's like, hey, we're doing things within what we can do, and this is what makes sense, right? It's like, the right doesn't live in like this delusional state, right? It's all logic and facts, but like the left just lost it, I feel, and that's what it really seems like.
Well, guys, I gotta go. I'm like halfway through Sonic 2. Last night I finished watching the first Sonic, and you know, I'm on the second movie. It's pretty good. Highly recommended. There's some pretty funny bits. Like I didn't know, like there's some pretty dirty jokes in there, and you know, for the grown-ups, the kids wouldn't understand. But yeah, it's really good. It was good talking with you guys. Really.
Likewise, yeah.
Great group of people here on Clubhouse.
Hey, you take care, man. Yeah. Hey, Dr. Adrian, JB is running a healthy debate show with Uncle Steve. And get ready for tomorrow. I'll call it right now, okay? So Apple is going to be at 219 by the end of the week. Mark my words. Apple at 219. Tesla at 298. The SPY, the S&P, the SPY is going to be at, I'll be pretty reasonable. The SPY will be at 550 or 555. It'll be another $20 gain by the end of Friday afternoon. And I will call, this is going to be a big one, but we're going to go NVIDIA at 120. NVIDIA at 120 on Friday. By Friday. Unless we get that pullback from Friday with the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report, where that comes out and those numbers are bad, then everyone panic sells, right? But 120. But get ready
Medic Master. Dr. Neem. Who's that?
So far, you can make that argument. But remember what we said when I said in my first breakdown, I said he was a murderer from the beginning. The word murder is there. So now I have to find the murder weapon to make my case. This is part of my case. I'm making the case, like, you know what I'm saying? So now I need to find the murder weapon, the only murder weapon, and I challenge anybody to find another murder weapon or to prove that this is not the murder weapon. Was found in Genesis chapter 3, verse 24, where it says, he put the flaming sword in front of the tree of life. In short, I gave you guys a scripture. He put the flaming sword. Who's that he that put it there? It says that God did that. Why would God put the flaming sword in front of the tree of life? Why would God do that? So God wouldn't do that. So then the devil lied. You see that? Remember what I said when I brought that scripture? I was like, see how the devil lied from the beginning? The Father lied from the beginning, said that he was God, said that he created the heaven and the earth, and then the murder weapon is what? The flaming sword, which was put in front of the tree of life. Who put that flaming sword there? God did. Doesn't make any sense. The devil did. Now it makes all the sense. The devil lied, said he was God, put the flaming sword in front of the tree of life because he did not want Adam and Eve to live forever. After he told them that you cannot eat off the tree of knowledge because I want you to remain ignorant of the knowledge of good and evil. That's called perfection, y'all. Y'all got that on replay? Damn, that shit is going to be in the Smithsonian Institute.
Just because you're conflating doesn't mean...
Yo, I got it. That's my breakdown, y'all. So tell me what you don't like about it. Come on now.
Hold on, you want to know what the murder weapon? Hold on, you want to know what the murder weapon is at? Crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna show him the murder weapon right now.
Yo, you know the murder weapon, I got the flaming sword.
I got you. Hold on. I'm gonna show you the murder weapon right now. Because you think you know something, but you don't. Go to Genesis 4. Go to Genesis 4. Go to Genesis 4 real quick.
Okay, so Genesis chapter 4, verse what?
I got you right now.
Alright.
So, verse 4. Chapter 4. And verse... Start at verse 5. And it says, but he had no respect for Cain and his gift. So Cain became very angry, and his face became sad. Then the Lord said to Cain, why are you angry, and why are you looking down?